For the Republic of the Philippines, life begins at conception. In 1987, during the drafting of the Constitution, Catholic conservatives were fierce in their fight to protect the unborn from the moment of conception. There was no question among the commissioners that the state had a duty to protect the child in the womb. It was the wording of the phrase that was contested. When was that moment of conception? The point where a life could be protected. In the absence of a consensus, the commissioners excised the word moment and concluded with what now reads as Section 12 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. The state shall equally protect the life of the mother and the life of the unborn from conception. Today, the debate still rages. This is Rosa, already a mother of several children when she discovered she was pregnant. At the time of her pregnancy, her husband was a security guard and she was a housewife.
Magkano lang kita niya? 3,000 yung kinsenas. Tapos, siyempre, nangungupahan kami ng bahay. Tapos, yung ilaw tubig pa, yung pagpagatas doon sa yung susundan. Ayun, siyempre, nagpupursige kang habulin na wag nga matuloy. Nagtanong-tanong ako doon sa kaanak din ng asawa ko, ano yung pwedeng gawin?
Their solution was abortion. There were a variety of methods: pills, abdominal massages, herbs, some of it useless, many of it painful.
Ang hirap-hirap, siyempre. Mahirap isipin na ginagawa mo yun, pero dahil alam mo yung mga anak mo, maliliit pa, kailangan mo gawin.
Rosa found herself pregnant again a few months later. In the span of a few years, Rosa aborted a total of 3 times. Because in the Philippines abortion is a criminal act, many of the choices women make are done in the dark. Abortions are done in bedrooms and back alley clinics by untrained practitioners and old women with heavy hands.
In the past, we get women with hangers on the vagina, with catheter. A catheter is a tube used to empty the bladder with urine. Yung iba stick ang ginagamit. So you could just imagine, you poke that inside your uterus, magkaka-infection ka talaga. Kaya dati, mas maraming namamatay sa abortion, not just because of rupture, but also because of tetanus. And we still see a lot.
The Constitution makes criminal all instances of abortion after conception. It is the definition of conception that has long been an issue of debate. One man claims to have found the answer.
If you search conception sa Google, the first item that comes out is search conception. Conception. And we have here the definition of conception as defined by what is the most accepted encyclopedia right now in the world, Wikipedia. Conception is defined as the fusion of the gametes to produce a new organism. And you have the illustration of what it's all about. Here's the sperm, and here's the egg. This will be my documentary presentation.
I think people who even disagree and say the Catholic Church should not be imposing our beliefs on them will just have to follow what this neutral definition is all about.
Although Goles claims both the user-generated Wikipedia and Medicinet.com offer the final, single, and scientific truth on conception, the websites in fact offer more than one definition. Goles chose fertilization.
Like most people who oppose rational scientific discussions, the congressman from Parañaque, Mr. Goles, has great difficulty with truth. He's more comfortable, I believe, with untruths and half-truths, which is the way that most people who are against scientific approaches to life would actually argue. No?
This is Dr. Alberto Romualdez, the former health secretary whom doctors have described as ahead of his time. During his administration under the presidency of Joseph Estrada, Romualdez insisted on providing contraception to public hospitals.
There's a range of opinion in the medical world, but it does not include just the mere meeting of the sperm and the egg.
In spite of existing debates on the issue of contraception, Goles, based on his Wikipedia definition, filed House Bill 13, an act providing for the safety of the unborn child and for other purposes.
House Bill 13 is a real blessing to our country. Thank God for Congressman Goles.
We're very supportive of him, and we were very happy that he came out with House Bill 13.
The law criminalizes any act by the mother or anyone else that may consciously or unconsciously cause the expulsion of a fetus. Anything from caffeine to the removal of dangerous ectopic pregnancies.
Any device, medicine, substance, practice which may damage, injure, interfere, or recklessly endanger or cause the expulsion or death of the unborn child. That would be considered abortifacient.
It's not really abortion because you are not interfering with an established pregnancy. And the true definition of an abortion is the termination of an established pregnancy, which means the fertilized egg has already been implanted.
These are the things that we are opposing. We are against this, and not only because of some dangers in our morality, but also because of religious conviction.
Alam naman ng Diyos na patatawarin niya ako sa ginagawa ko. Dahil hindi ko naman yung ginawa dahil gusto ko lang.
House Bill 13 clearly establishes what is now a divide in philosophies between treating women who induce abortions like victims or treating them like criminals. While Goles believes in the stiffest of possible penalties, it was Romualdez whose administration demanded post-abortion care for women who came to hospitals with complications from unsafe abortion.
We saw how badly mistreated women who have had to resort to abortion were, and so we decided that at least in the government hospitals, they should be treated as if they were patients rather than as if they did something terrible.
Because of the stigma resulting from criminalization, women who go to emergency rooms and are suspected of having committed abortion are sometimes denied anesthesia, made to wait for hours, and are harassed and interrogated. Many women wait until they are on the brink of death before they consider going to the hospital.
This should be treated in a very humane way, but we should make it very clear that this is a violation of the Constitution. I think the basic problem is the lack of a clear law.
Goles' humanity is manifested by increased penalties, which include raising the jail terms of women caught inducing abortions from half a year to 4 years. He does not believe that women die from abortions. In the Bulacan Medical Center, the post-abortion care ward cares for up to 15 new cases a week. In a year, 10 out of 40 maternal deaths are a result of unsafe abortion complications.
It is an established fact that abortion cases have risen by almost 50% in the last 3 or 4 years.